Today's chat is about manifesting and particularly manifesting happiness. I will be your host, Izzy Nalley. I'm a mind body therapist and I specialize in really helping people understand what is healing, what is manifesting, what is abundance. I utilize these a lot with everything that I teach, with all the different healing methods and modes. So I help people heal their careers, their relationships with money, food, their body, people around them, and life in general. Now, today we're particularly focusing on manifesting happiness because most of us, when we're trying to manifest, we're trying to manifest something that we're hoping is going to bring us joy or happiness. Now, often we get caught up in manifesting something rather than manifesting the feeling that we're wanting to feel. So, when I use the word manifest, many think of the law of attraction or trying to will something into your life. But I want to start with saying that you're manifesting all day long. You're manifesting everything that you think and everything that you believe into your life. So if you believe that all men are evil and that's the only type of men that you'll attract, then everything that's happening all day long is just being reinforced. It's reinforcing that mindset because your mind is looking to prove itself right. This is really, really important. Your mind is looking to prove you right. So if your mind's looking to prove you right, then if we can change what's in our mind, if we can change the words that we're saying to ourselves, then we can change what we see. So I made a post earlier today. If you haven't seen it, be sure to check it out later. Share it and really think about it. Maybe even write these 5 things down. Today we're going to be talking about 5 things that you can do to manifest your happiness. And this is really about shifting out of survival mode and into abundant mindset. Abundant mindset is so much more than just, oh yes, I'm rich, I'm wealthy, I can have everything. It's so much more than that. Yes, those come along with it, but we're gonna talk about how we shift out of scarcity mode and into abundant mode. Now, most of it is all about trying to get you out of survival mode. So, in science, there is survival mode, which tends to keep you in fight, flight, or freeze. And then there is this abundant mindset, this thrive, this healing zone that allows us to not be at neutral, but to actually heal. So a lot of us find that neutral is where we think is its best, but it's more. There's a whole nother side to things, and science used to do this. They looked at what the lack of negative was and thought that was the best. But then Herbert Benson, a Harvard professor, found that there was something beyond that, and that was this ability to heal ourselves by getting into full relaxation. Now, full relaxation does not mean that you are on the floor in full relaxation or that you're getting massages all the time, although that does sound pretty awesome, right? So, what we're doing is we want to get ourselves into neutral first and then we progress. It's really hard to just jump ship, right? And over to the other ship. You might have to jump into the ocean and then climb up the ladder to get onto the other side. So it is a little bit of work. These 5 steps, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. They take time to practice. Okay. So the first one is finding gratitude and finding gratitude daily. There is clinical research that saying gratitudes and saying particularly 3 things you're grateful for before bed, 3 things you're grateful for the day, not repeating the same things every night. And I'll get to this in a minute. But actually saying three things you're grateful for before bed, expressing gratitude throughout the day, doing all of these gratitude things actually clinically improves happiness. Pretty easy. Get a gratitude journal, get a buddy. I recommend this a lot to partners or couples, people that live together, to do this activity together. It really helps reinforce positive behavior when we do these things together, such as partners. If you're saying, here's the things I'm grateful for today, and here's the things I'm grateful for that you do for me, then it's reinforcing that person to do those behaviors as well. So that's one thing. But it's also training our mind to find the things that we have in life that are good. And when we're finding the things in life, again, our mind is going to prove us right. So if you're going, there are things in my life that are good, versus if you're focused on all the negative all the time, sometimes you forget that you do have things to be grateful for. So we're shifting out of the negativity and into the gratitude. Again, this is helping us get out of survival mode, out of scarcity mindset, out of fight, flight, or freeze, and getting ourselves more to a neutral zone, and then we can continue to improve that to get ourselves over to the healing. Now I'm going to offer today full 5 things that you can do. And if you do all 5 of these things and you try to do them every single day, I can guarantee within a week or two, you're going to notice a drastic change in life, in your happiness. Okay? Number 2, pretty simple. Get up and move. Get up and move. Now, how is this going to help you manifest? Well, if your mind is stuck in one way of thinking, we tend to also get stuck in the same ways of movement. And most of us, when we get kind of low, maybe feeling in a depressed state, not clinically depressed, but a depressed state, meaning a low state, we tend to sit a lot. We tend to lay in bed a lot. We tend to not feel like moving. To get ourselves unstuck, we need to move. Okay? So a lot of times that's easy to do, is get up and start walking. Maybe it's to get up and do some yoga poses, to get up and do some movement. Now, when we're talking about manifesting, things that particularly help is dancing. And dancing so that you feel free. When we're in survival mode, you will notice that when you try to dance, it feels almost robotic. It feels not so natural. It feels almost fearful to dance. But when you're in abundant mindset, moving feels wonderful. When you turn music on, it's easy to let yourself feel the music and dance with it. So this is one of the things that you're really going to notice. Our body is responding to our mind, and our mind is responding to our body. You are a mind-body connection. And if you've separated them, it's time to get them moving together. Get your body moving in order to get your mind moving and changing as well. Tip number 3, as we're talking about our 5 ways to manifest happiness, tip number 3 is help others. And this is huge in an abundant mindset and manifesting anything that you want. You have to be able to consider, how is this going to help me? We normally think of that. But also, how is this going to help others? When we tie in that mindset into our manifesting, it happens faster and it happens grander. So aside from just thinking about how the things that you want are going to manifest into your lives and help others, actually get out there and start helping others. Because you need to get yourself into that vibration, into that frequency of helping. This also is another one of those key ways that time and time again we have found clinically makes people happier. When you are in a lower state, it is really hard for you to be doing things just because you're going to do them to make yourself better. Often that's not enough motivation. So we can get out there and we try to make other people's lives better. We tend to find a little bit more purpose. We tend to find ourselves participating in the community. And we start to think in a way of, how can I solve a problem for the greater good that also helps me. And so when we're working together and we have this energy exchange, the universe wants to support you. The universe wants to support you. So you need to have that same supportive mentality of wanting to support others as well. And it's far beyond just sitting there and thinking about how you're going to help others. Actually get out there, move your body, move and put yourself into action and start finding ways to help. These can be easy things. It can be collecting food or collecting clothes or items to give to a particular charity. It could be donating your time. It could be donating your efforts. Whatever your skills are, something you're good at. You do have something you're good at. Either you're good at being behind the scenes or being in front of the scene. You're good at rallying people together, or maybe you're good at creating art. There is a way that you can help and support others. And you have to think about this positively and stop thinking, oh, I don't have anything to offer. No, think I do have something to offer, and it can be just my time. It could be showing up. It could be, creating some graphics for a website to help this charity. There is something that you can do to help them. Something that seems easy to you, but someone else needs. So get out there and put yourself out there, and your mind is going to start to change, and it's also going to help you in manifesting your happiness as well and learning your self-worth. Number 4 in our 5 keys to manifesting happiness is going to be a really big one. This is a little bit more of a challenging topic, but it's letting go of attachments. And I want to clarify this. It's not what you think. And I hear a lot of people, they're like, oh, I've become a Buddhist and I'm letting go of attachments so I don't have any real relationships, and I've let go of all of my material objects. And that's not what it meant. That is not what it meant. When it says that attachment is the root to your suffering, it didn't mean the stuff. It didn't mean the people. It meant if you're so attached and you're trying to control situations, that you're so attached to be like, oh my gosh, it was supposed to go this way and it went wrong. You had an attachment to how something was supposed to be. So this should be, anytime you feel like you're saying should, it should go this way, or he should have done that, she should have done this. Those are attachments. When we think of things like, I can only make money if, that's an attachment. You have to let go. So I like to explain attachment as tension, contraction, right? You're holding on to something, and this is not how we manifest what we want. This is how we manifest exactly what we don't want. We manifest what we do want, we get into abundant mindset. Abundant mindset is expansion. And so our hand is open and able to receive. We're closed-minded here. We're open-minded here. You have to let go of the attachments. Anytime you find yourself getting upset because something didn't go the way that you wanted it to, stop and go, what was I attached to? What idea or concept was I thought had to be a certain way? So had to be, should be, only. These are key words. If those are going through your head, you need an assessment. So you can either evaluate yourself and just have this mental conversation, or what I recommend is get a journal out and say, this upset me because I believe, and what is that fundamental belief that you have that you need to unbundle because it's all tied up in a knot. Release those attachments, get it untangled, and allow yourself to have an open rope that's able to use for anything you want. Your hands are open, you're ready to receive, you're ready to manifest something beyond limited thinking. All right, number 5, final one, and it's the fun one. Channel your inner child, your inner playfulness. So again, science behind this one, people that play tend to have a better rate of keeping their memory. Yes, You want to prevent Alzheimer's and dementia, then adding more play into your day is the number one way that you can do that aside from diet and exercise. All right. And this is really going to help get you into this creativity. And creativity, our sacral chakra, is where all of this abundance and manifestation comes from. It's not from being closed off, it's from being open and playful. When we're open and playful, you think about a child experiencing everything from the first time instead of experiencing it from a view where there's attachment. So they all come back around. So if you are having this playful mood and you walk outside and you're like, wow, what a beautiful day, as if you're seeing the trees for the first time and you're seeing the sky for the first time, you're seeing people for the first time. So many times we get into this tension, these walls, this contraction, that we only see people based on all these stories and experiences that we've had. And yes, that's a protective mechanism to a certain degree, but it's also an attachment and it's also hindering you. Same thing as if you go somewhere and you're like, I've seen this place a million times, I want to go somewhere new. That's not being playful. Being playful is finding, exploring, learning to let the world be your playground and just have fun. When people get dry and tense and they start to shrivel up, this is when we're sad and lonely. And please let yourself get out. Allow yourself to be playful, creativity, just enjoying, allowing yourself to not get caught up in the I shouldn't do that, right? These words, I shouldn't do that. Maybe girls aren't supposed to act that way, or boys aren't supposed to do this. I shouldn't do this in public. Let yourself be free. And most of the time, if you're having happy and playfulness in public, you're encouraging others to do the same. And there's a difference between doing something that's going to, make someone feel uncomfortable versus smiling and playing and inviting other people to play as well. Could you imagine what it would be like if we lived in a world where everyone was more playful and open and sharing their gratitudes and helping each other? Think about the world how you want it and start to say, how can I participate in the world as if that was already true? So I'm Izzy Nalley. I'm a mind-body therapist. And today we were talking about the 5 ways, the 5 keys to manifesting happiness. Again, most of the time we think of manifesting as something that we're manifesting a new car, we're manifesting a new house, but we're manifesting all day long. And ultimately what we're seeking is to manifest our own happiness. And these are the keys. So think about and tune in to what would actually make you happy and start to see how you could follow those paths. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Bye.